Hello everyone, my name is Abdallah. I am a software developer, and today I'm going to be working on this interesting algorithm implementation problem called circular array rotation. In fact, if you're a fan of Sherlock Holmes, this might be a little familiar. So let's start. What are we solving today? John Watson knows of an operation called a right circular rotation on an array of integers. One rotation operation moves the last array element to the first position and shifts all remaining elements right one. To test Sherlock's abilities, Watson provides Sherlock with an array of integers. Sherlock is to perform the rotation operation a number of times, then determine the value of the element at a given position. For each array, perform a number of right circular rotations and return the values of the elements at the given instances. Okay, that's very interesting. So I've watched the BBC version of Sherlock, and yeah, I think at some point Mr. Watson challenged Sherlock. I think when they first met, I can't remember, perhaps at the restaurant. I can't remember exactly. So yeah, it doesn't matter. We are going to test. We are going to go right through it. First and foremost, we need to write the algorithm. We already have the input, but the output I'm not sure. It says to return, but we cannot return one element. Maybe we can return another array or we can put it. So I'm not sure how the return will work, but it doesn't matter. Let's just get started with the problem. So the first step is it's very easy actually, this problem. If you know data structure well, and here we are going to use an array, so we can the key here is we are going to take this one, 3, 4, 5, and we just move 5 to the start and 3 then 4. So to remove the last element we use pop, and then to put it at first we use unshift. To append it, prepend, we call this prepend it's unshift. Okay, so let's begin and see how we can do that. And we need to do it a number of times. So we are given this uh, okay, a number of times. So we have two ways at least to do it. We can use a while loop, or we can directly use just create an array, a range of array from this element. So let's do the range first. Perhaps the range is equal to array dot new, and we take key, and then we use a statement, an expression. Okay, and we return I. So that's very good. And so here this should give us 0, 1, 2 in my opinion. In fact, it will give us I'm not sure what it will give us, but I know a range is like that. Just test it quickly. Range, put range, run the code, and meanwhile let's go to the second part. It doesn't matter. What are we doing? Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it should give us our output. It doesn't give us because I think 0, 1 here. I think this is it. 0, 1. We are debugging it and it's 0, 1. Doesn't matter because we need to do it twice. So let's just go for range and dot each, and then each we do, and we use normal do n. Yeah, let's use the other way of writing, the block way. This is more interesting. Okay. Now here is our logic. This is going to be the amount of time we need to just use it. So when we pop, we are going to append it. We can actually write it in a single pop here, pop, append, prepend, call it shift, unshift. Okay. Alright, so this is how it goes. Let's pop it. A dot pop, we get a value. just call it element for the moment, and then you can just unshift it, element dot unshift. No, it's a dot unshift, and then we can just write element. Okay, so here it's going to just move the. So what do we have right now? So we are mutating the original a. So let's see how it goes. Puts before we have puts. So let's just put it before. I'm just templating it, and then put after. Alright, so this is how it goes. Let's just try it. X not. We don't really need X, to be honest. So we can actually also use a while loop for that, and we just need the stopping condition. Okay, so before we have 1, 2, 3, and after we have 2, 3, 1. I think it's good because we are doing it twice. 3, 1, 2. So we have 3, 1, 2, and well, yeah, it seems to be good. Okay, that's all good. That's brilliant. Now we need to understand what value to return. That's another question. So once you know data structures and methods well in your preferred programming language, all of these uh, all of these challenges will be quite easy. That's the fundamental part, but also it's important to know problem solving. Problem solving, the best way is to write the algorithm on paper or via comments, and then you solve it. So I'm not sure what to return, because it says return equator of the as per requested in M. The values in the rotated A as requested in M. Don't really understand what M is. Let's query. So we are not using queries. I think let's see which value. Expected value 231. So I'm thinking I'm thinking we are just putting the first value. Let's see how it works. Not sure it's even an issue. So we are go queries dot each. Let me think. Yeah, let's change a bit. Let's mix a bit our approach. Q. Use a block statement this time. And queries Q, we are going to get the query. Let's use number for N rather. I'm not sure if it works like that, but let's see. Is it returning? I'm not sure. I'm just trying. Is it putting or is it returning? Because wrong answer. Your output was 0, 1, 2. Expected output was 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm thinking queries each do. So each of the queries, don't even know what queries are. So queries, we're going to just do this and this. So today's video, I think it's going to be a bit long. But the good thing is that at least HackerRank is processing quite quickly. Before queries is 0, 1, and 2. Okay, queries is each queries do 1, 8.0. So yeah, here it should be working as expected. But my output is this 0, 1, 2. It's very strange actually. Okay, let's try to understand what is happening in the. So here, maybe I should return it. I'm putting the value. The correct value is being put actually. If you go here, you just do the same here right now, and then we are just going to be doing the same thing actually, but we are going to be using template string interpolation so that we can see how it works. So here you see 231. The expected output is 231. So I think it is. We should return the value. So I'm not even sure. how it works. Well, I have a typo on return. Alright, run code. So it's not going to work like this. For sure, for sure. That's very interesting because it's not saying clearly what do you want here. Query 0. Each query we just so explanation. So it's not very clear what to return. Here we have the key, we have the rotation. Returns in queue. In queue is the values as rotated as per m. So let's see. Let's assume that if I just return here, I just return a. What happened? Return a. So let's run the code and see what happens. So it works actually. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening behind the scene. It seems like as if it is not working as expected. Queries. What is the queries doing? So let's remove it for the moment and maybe see what's happening. Run code. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy edge case coming out, but overall this is a very easy. It's not working as expected. Actually, it's only one working, and the first one is even not working. So I'll just unlock it to see what's happening. So it's very interesting, but I don't understand at all what is happening. Wrong answer. Standard. We put 3-1 and we rotate them. So maybe I'm not using queries. So to be honest, I don't understand. Now return the values from zero base indices 1 to as indicated in the queries array. Doesn't give us any indication of it, to be honest. Returns in queue. Integer of queue. It's very complex. The values in the rotated A as requested in M. What is M? So I'm reading it here right now. It's very confusing. This is one of the things I don't really like with HackerRank. I've encountered it quite often and it's not clear. It's really not clear. Sometimes you don't understand. You can lose a lot of time and just to understand what's happening in behind. So let's try again one last time each. We're going to be using the number statement each. We cannot return here, it's going to map otherwise. So what are you looking for, my friend? If I put here, I don't know what returns in queue. Query. The queries is you want the 1 and 2. Maybe we want to return an array of yeah. Let's assume that indeed that's the case. Result, because it's quite difficult to understand what exactly they are searching. So result. So this is append. We're going to append a.x. and we are going to return result. Okay, let's see if it works because I have no idea what is happening right now. Yeah, sample test case works and submit code. This should work. Oh, in theory. Oh, I understand why now. It wasn't very clear. It didn't returns in queue. Unless I think it should be much clearer here, and it is not. So we've seen here a few things. It works very good, and we've seen how to generate an array in Ruby from 0 to a value. We've iterated through it. We've removed the last element and put it at the start, and then we've appended another array for our result. So it's very easy. And yep, hopefully you learned something. See you in the next video.